I may empower them to shatter barriers to success. These barriers include the perception of some in society that view people of color and individuals in poverty as the causes and not the victims of the inequalities. For some people, and not all, and I'm deliberately avoiding using a broad brush, expectations are lower for people from low-income communities and people of color. I was the subject of insensitive, decreased expectations last year during my travels. At the end of my week-long visit to a scout camp in Texas in July, a 17-year-old boy approached me and said, "Hey, Dwayne, I like you because you're not like the others." I, naturally, further inquired, "What others?" I asked.
Texas.
And he went on to explain that he meant black people. I was initially shocked and somewhat disturbed by his remarks, but after reflection and consultation, I came to understand that he meant no harm, and there's a deeper meaning and lesson in the fact that this boy was comfortable enough with sharing that message with me. I uprooted his tabloid thinking. To be clear, this child's comments are not reflective of a large biased group within the Boy Scouts. Rather, it's a gross misconception of people of color and lower-income individuals that's ingrained in a larger part of our society. But it doesn't have to be that way. Over the last 2 years, you guys have proven that statement to be true. You have altered the hearts and minds of young people, providing them with the knowledge and life lessons they need in order to be responsible, contributing members of society. Whether you realize it or not, you have helped to splinter the foundation of the ignorant claims that these young people can't succeed. And I hope that the last 2 years emboldened you to work throughout your lives to end inequity and inequality in education. You now have experienced teaching in some of the most weary schools and communities in this country. And you have a brilliant mind and a passionate soul. So capitalize on your new knowledge to advance the education movement. Because the state of education in my city, the state of education in our city, and the state of education in this great nation depends on it. Tonight, and over the next 2 weeks, you will be asked to imagine what our community and nation will look like when educational equality and equity are achieved. And I believe that equity and equality in education will result in a safer New Orleans and a more supportive and engaged citizenry. There will be fewer single-parent homes and no families struggling just to make ends meet. Our city will thrive with more creative minds to craft poetic verses, design vibrant murals, and inspire us with their words. The Big Easy will play host to countless town hall meetings and community development seminars where citizens will